Hi everyone, and welcome to another lesson on video. Today we're going to focus on multiplication, double digit times double digit. Now if you remember from our recent lessons in math, you know that I have taught you how to do the box method. And you may remember from previous concepts that the box method is more formally known as the area model or array model. And that is because when you're using this strategy, this efficient strategy, you are essentially finding the area of a rectangle as you solve. So let's say you're doing 14 times 13, which is a kind of problem you should be able to do now because, hold on, why is this? Okay. Sorry about that. You should be able to do 14 times 13 based off of what I taught you over the last 2 weeks, but if you forget, this is what the video is for. I'm refreshing your memory. So when you're solving 14 times 13, your box or your area model, array model needs to be broken into 4 different quadrants. The reason being that you have two-digit numbers. Okay, people are being loud outside. So you're going to break up each of these numbers by place value, and essentially you'll be multiplying 4 different small clusters. You'll have 4 different smaller problems when you use this method. What I mean by that is let's first break up 14 by place value. 14 can be broken into 10 and 4. 13, same steps. Break it up into 10 and 3. Put your multiplication symbol in the corner so that you remember you're multiplying these numbers by these numbers. And each of these smaller quadrants will be the length times the width. So the length here is 10 because this whole column is 10. Okay? So let's begin. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 3 is 30. 4 times 10 is 40. And 4 times 3 is 12. Does anyone remember what to do with these 4 numbers? You add them. Remember, it's very important that you line and stack your numbers by place value, writing as neatly as you can so it's very clear where your numbers are aligned. If you remember, we call this the Golda style of handwriting. Shout out to Golda. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1. 4 and 3 make 7 plus 1 is 8. And bring down the 1. So the answer is 182. This one was pretty simple. I mean, it was less than 20. Each of these is less than 20. So that is pretty easy. But the worksheet has larger numbers than that. You may remember me telling you over the last couple weeks that I didn't want you to even try the algorithm because we're saving that for later in the year. We're saving that for May. We might dabble into it a little bit when we return, but I didn't want you to attempt that yet because the unit we've been working on is not multiplication division. The unit we've been working on has been polygons, length conversions. So the little bit of multiplication we've been doing, I wanted you to just have a very simple, straightforward visual strategy, and that is the box method. So that's what we're going to do as we solve these problems on this page. And let's go ahead and start with 47. Write the problem down if you have a separate sheet of paper, 47 times 63, because there's obviously no room on the worksheet to do box method. 47 times 63. Not sure what's going on there. Draw your box. Leave room to do the addition on the side. Here. 4 quadrants and symbol. So we first need to break up 47 by place value. 40 and 7. 40 and 7. They go on the same side because this is 47. Then you're going to break up 63. 60 and 3. Now, I just want to warn you, with numbers as large as 47 and 63, we're going to have to use the magic zero trick quite often. And we're going to use it right away. So 40 times 60, we're already seeing zeros there. So if we're doing 40 times 60, you can simply just hide those zeros for now and do 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. And the number of zeros that there are in the equation, you should put back into your answer. So there's a 0 in 40, and there's a 0 in 60. So 40 times 60 is actually 2,400, or 2,400. You could say it either way. Okay, and now let's do 40 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Put back 1 0. 4 times 3 is 12, so 40 times 3 is 120. All right, and let's move on. 60 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42, so 60 times 7 is 420. Lastly, 3 times 7, 21. What do we do with these four products? We add them on the side, lining and stacking, starting with the largest number, or the numbers that have the most digits in them. You should put them on the top. Helps you to organize your algorithm more neatly and making sure you're lining and stacking. And add. Boom. And the answer is 2,961. Okay, I want you to try this problem. Okay, I guess I can't. Can you please, oh my goodness. All right, this is the only way that I can erase, one by one. I think I've said that already. I want you to solve 86 times 25, pause the video, and then check your work. 86 times 25. Okay, pause the video and then check your work. Okay, I'm going to write this out without talking. Here we go. $2,150. The convenience of this being on a video is if you didn't understand a step when I was doing this without talking, you can go back and rewind and pause wherever you need to. All right, I'm just going to keep going and doing a couple more problems, and you can keep going through the same routine of pausing and then checking. 95 times 70. Go ahead and pause and check. All right, so with this one, you actually can get away with doing algorithm because of the 0 and 70. I can pretend for now that that 0 isn't there and just simply do 95 times 7, get my answer, and then put the 0 back. But you have to remember to put that 0 back. 5 times 7 is 35. Drop the 5, carry the 3. Remember, you're dropping the 1s. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 3 is 66. Put back that 0 from earlier, right? So it's 6,650. I'm also going to do this with box method. So if you want to pause, solve it with box method and see what you get, if you get that same answer. Okay, we're back. Box method, check your work. break up 95, 70. So essentially, actually, if one row is 0, then you don't even need that row. So instead of 4 quadrants, it'll just be 2. 90 and 5, 70. Okay, so then we're going to multiply 90 times 70, 9 and 7, 63, 2 zeros. 5 times 70 is 350. And then add those. Add them. All right, and that's the same answer we got earlier. Earlier, remember, we had to add back that 0. In this case, you didn't have to because you left the 70 the way that it was. Okay, we'll do one more because we don't need to go through the whole worksheet for you to understand the concept. You should be able to do the remaining problems and just check your work. You can check your work on a calculator. And then check your strategy, check your method with the video. 78 times 39. There are no zeros in this problem, so we are just going to do the box method, breaking it up again in 4 quadrants. That is really small. $78, $39. Pause and then check. Just 1 0. One zero, no zeros, and add. Okay, the order of the numbers here doesn't really matter. Oops. The order of the number does not need to be in any kind of sequential buzzword. Doesn't have to be in any kind of sequential order, but size order matters because of the lining and stacking. And let's add 7 and 7, 14, 8, 9, 10, drop the 0, carry the 1, 3, and there you go, 3,042. So go ahead and complete the rest of those problems on your own using the box method. Good luck and thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for another video. I have allergies, so I'm not sick, I promise.